Hey, what's up everyone? In this video we're comparing the Asics Metaracer against the Adidas Adizero Pro. Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to Fordy Runs. Now if this is your first time at Fordy Runs, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the Fordy Runs running community and check out the description, there's loads of cool things down there. Right, so this week we've got the Asics Metaracer, we're going to be putting it up against the Adizero Pro, so let's get stuck in. Right guys, so here we go, two carbon plated racing shoes and very similar in terms of feel and where we're going with it. And it's quite interesting. Now if you've not seen the video I've done on this shoe, please check it out. I did an awesome performance review with Helen down in Southend, who's a multiple marathon finisher, and she absolutely loves this shoe, so check that video out. Now we've got also the Adizero Pro, which also I've done a review on, so check that out. But I was left kind of unimpressed with this shoe, so I'm going to put that straight out there now. But before we get into which one I prefer and why and all the ins and outs, let's get into some of the stats and the features and compare the two. Let's start with the Asics Metaracer. I think that's a good place to start. Now this is £180 here in the UK. The shoe weighs 7.25 ounces. You've got the dual-sided lobster claw carbon plate from the midfoot to the toe. It's bottom loaded, which is beneath the flight foam midsole. You've got low stack height, it's only 24 in the heel, and you've got a 9mm drop. You've got this incredible breathable meshed upper with a little hole on the front, we'll get into that. You've got the guide sole technology, which helps you conserve energy, and the outsole you've got Asics grip, or whatever you want to call it. Now, then we come on to the Adizero Pro. Now this shoe is £160 here in the UK and comes in different colourways to the blue, if you don't like the blue. You've got this, I suppose it's a nylon carbon infused fibre heel plate, which is like a wishbone shape. You've got on the outsole, the Adizero is protected with this Adiwear rubber. You've got these two stripes of quick stripe DSP, which I'll show you in a minute. You've got this Cellar mesh upper, which is super cool. It's got quite a high heel stack, it's 39.5mm, forefoot's 29.5mm. and a 10mm drop, and the shoe weighs 8.3 ounces. So firstly, I'll tell you what, let's firstly get onto how they feel. Now this shoe, I think personally, is really designed for I'm going to get killed for like faster runners, and it's not really designed for me necessarily. This feels more like you've got to be able to consistently run at the forefoot, so you're striking more here than sort of here, I think, to get the benefit out of it. The light strike is super light and the boost combination is great, but I didn't feel as much sort of snap and crack from the plate as in other shoes. The outsole is what I was talking about. You've got Continental, then you've got this like quick stripe thing here, which is adding traction but saving weight, and then you've got the Adiwear on the heel. So because a lot of these shoes, I mean, where's my Alpha Flies? They on the heel, they start to sort of wear there, especially with the exposed Zoom X. So that's quite a cool placement. You've got bits of boost there, and you've got the quick strike on the outsole. The upper is super breathable. The fit is true to size. There is plenty of room in here. It does kind of feel too big when you put it on, but actually it's the right size. It's just the upper, the way the upper is. The laces are very cool. You've got loads of different holes down here, so you can really lock it down nice and tight. The tongue is attached. It's thin. As a racing tongue, which is all you want. A little bit of padding there is just enough. And that's kind of the Adizero Pro. Let's get into the Asics, and then we'll compare the two and talk about the two. So like I just said, you've got a bottom-loaded carbon plate, which is more towards the towards the toe, not the heel. That's the heel and the toe. So that's like here, along here. And what they've done is they've sort of stuck a load of flight foam on top of it. And what you do is you get that nice sort of bounce through, because you've got this quite soft, actually, relative foam at the back. It gives you that nice sort of spring onto the plate, and then you get the crack off of it. It is so breathable, this shoe. Look, if you see the hole in the front, they've tried to design this to keep your feet temperatures down, because then that'll keep your body temperatures down, and that will make you perform better. That's the idea. And it's so light, so light. It just feels great, really like a true racing shoe, as you speak, so to speak. Look around the heels areas. I think it's quite interesting, the two sort of different takes on it. That's like more traditional looking, and that's more, let's say, of a racing shoe, I would say. So that's kind of cool. Both have elements of padding around there, but there's not enough. Asics grip on the outsole does a very good job. If you saw the video I did with Helen, it was raining in Southend, and the shoe was just fine down there. So how do they feel, and which one do I prefer? Well, firstly, I'm just going to put it straight out there. I prefer this. Why? This is more suited to me, okay? So I'm going to tell you that straight away because I don't necessarily run that much on my toes. So I get, when I'm landing, let's say about here, because I was a heel striker, I'm trying to move down, I am getting a bounce onto the plate and then I'm going off. With these, I'm not really getting much. I'm just landing quite hard and I'm struggling to get the most out of the plate. That's me and that's the way I run. You may be different. I think both of these shoes are suited for half marathons and 10Ks. I wouldn't want to wear either of these over 26.2 miles. I personally, for me, again, I don't think there's enough cushioning and my feet will be, well, they'd be just dead. I'd absolutely kill my feet wearing these. There's just not enough cushioning in these for me over 26.2 miles. But they are very good, both of them, for half marathons and for 10Ks in particular. And I think that's the sweet spot, probably in both of these shoes. But I would say that you have to be a certain type of runner to get the most out of this shoe. And that's why I think this would appeal to sort of more of you everyday runners. Although, actually, you know what? I would probably even look at the Saucony Speed personally, out of, you know, if I was looking at any of these shoes. But if you're just looking at these two in general, for me, it's the Asics Metaracer. Just with that nice little bit of extra foam onto that plate, onto the front, you get a much more noticeable whip and crack, and you just feel like you want to run faster. This thing here, it just left me really disappointed.